Well, this is welcome to toroid cam. Now this is a bit earlier actually than I would have normally done this, but hey ho, I don't know if anyone would join me, but I just thought I'd show it while I'm doing it live. Feel free to say hello. Right, got the instructions and they are absolutely naff. So it's time to wind the toroid. I've really not been looking forward to this. Hi folks. And somewhere around in here I have got, oh, here we go. Now this is really unclear in this. If you're going to make one of these tuners, I put the stickers on. That was a really big mistake. I won't do that again. The actual ink is really soluble under your fingers, and it came off and made it all go horrible, and I hated it. So I just started taking it off, and yeah, anyway, it's left a horrible gluey mess. But anyway, I'll end up painting this probably with some matte black or something, and doing a nice, I'll get some stickers done or something, I don't know. Not worked that out yet. I think you must be able to buy like a graticule type or whatever they like to call it for something like that off of eBay. Must be able to. Anyway, I have this, which is the instructions on the toroid, and what I've done is I've got these giant cable ties, which I've actually got the end off of one of them, and I've made a little tool like so, wound the wire around it so that I can start threading the toroid, and it just passes through. You can see that it just passes through the thing. Now somewhere around here I worked out how many turns and stuff I was going to need before I needed to start tapping them off. Tell you what, the instructions are all over the place, and you end up getting yourself in a right pickle. Right, so what I've done is I've counted all the turns and I've got them down here, and there are, I think the first one starts with 10, so let's try and turn that one. Does he show how that goes on there? Hi Kev, how you doing? Sorry, I didn't see the thing. Right, so they're showing, that one there, he's showing quite a lot of wire. Alright, he's starting backwards. Alright, okay, so if we start backwards, that probably makes some sense, because I'll tell you what, this has been an absolute pain. Someone's at the door. Right, yeah, they're showing it. I'm going to start backwards, so I'm going to make it one turn, and now I am told that you count the internals. That gives you the amount of turns of these toroids. So what I'm going to do is I am going to attempt on doing that. Mind you, I like doing this one first. What do you reckon? Sod it, let's do that one first. I'm going to start with a 10. So let's pull him through, and we'll leave a fair bit on there. Let's leave that amount. So let's wind him round. Now normally I would do this with some music playing, but I'd probably get done for copyright, so I'm not going to. In fact, actually what I can do, this is that on there as well, and you can see me. Hello. Right, and so let's just wind that through there. And I'm just going to try and keep this as tight and as neat as possible. I'm sure there is a science to this and I don't know it, but that's all right. Living the dream, mate. Nightmare. You got that right. I do absolutely hate toroids with a vengeance, but that's all right. I'm getting used to them. I think if you play with any radio, I think it's you eventually you get to do quite a few of them. So there you go. I wanted to pick my my 705 up this weekend, but I thought no, I better not, because if I do, then I won't get anything done that I wanted to get finished. And seeing as that we're on lockdown now in Elmbridge, so I'm in all weekend. Nice. Right, so let's do that. So how many have we got there? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, and that one makes 7. That's 7. And hopefully I've got sound and everything. I found out what the issue was the other night. I'd actually left a compressor in and it wasn't working. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. I haven't got mine yet. I've had to wait until all the customers are satisfied and got them, and I think we're getting to the point now where there's some in stock, so I might be able to have mine. You never know. So we'll see. Right, now then. So how many we got? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So just keep double checking these as well, because you never know. Right, okay, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That makes 10. So let's have a double check of the destructions. Make sure that I get this one right. So where is he on that one? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They got 11 there. Well, I'm going to go 10 sausages. I'll put that in. I'll put the 10 in. And then what I'll do, is he coming up the outside? Do you know, I don't think I've ever come across a kit that is so awful in its sort of instruction wise. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread that through there like so. Now I've got to leave a little bit that tabs up now, so probably what I'll do here is, actually, where do I want that? Do I want to see the red at the back, because it's got a nice red face and you've got like a grey face? I think the grey face should be up inside so I can't see it and it just looks nice from the other side. Yeah, sausages, I'll put that in there. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take this, I'll cut this down just a smidge so it's a bit more manageable. There you go. And I'll use that as a spacer, so I'll wedge him in there, up underneath there. And then back down again. And then thread him through like so. Right, come on. And then that takes me to my next bit, like so. Well, that doesn't look too bad. And then what I'll do is take a pair of pliers and give him a little bit of a twisting. Now I'm not going to go too mad here because I don't want to split the wire off. So there's one done. You can see that. It's split up against the paper. So it's like a little tail. Is that in focus? Sorry, I'll just try and focus this. Don't want to do this too. There you go, that's a bit better. So you should be able to just see that. This is a bit of a handful. There you go, it's got like a little eyelet on the top. And then it was 2 turns, so we got 1. And then I'll thread this one up there. Let's turn that one around. Try not to kink the cable or wire. Better get it right or someone will tell me off. There you go. So now we got there. There's 1. That's 2. I'm not sure if I should go 2 and then the up. Quick gander. No, okay. I think we should go up now. So where's my little spacer go? That's that in. Is that in focus? Yeah, just. Change the camera around actually. I've got an M50 which is sitting there at the moment doing the close-up because the other one just wasn't quite right. I'm experimenting with this live stuff. I don't know if it's any good or not. I think it's alright. I think some people like it. I know it's not all that fun to watch, I'm sure, but and let's pinch that one up. And then there's 2. You can see that. Got 2 little tabs up. So now we've got 2 little eyelets. I haven't quite worked out how to clean them up yet in a minute, but we'll see, so I can get some solder on them. And so what's next? So there's 2, so I'm about to tick these off actually. What have we got in the way of pencils? So I've done the 10, I've done the 2. So there's the 10, there's the 2, and we'll whip him up there. Oh, better release a bit more cable. It's starting to get a bit kinked. To be careful with this blooming cable because it doesn't have to work hard and quick. Right, okay, so 10, 2 and then 3, so there's 1 turn. So what we got there is 1, there's 2, and that one takes it to 3. And then we use a little spacer wherever it went. Get that poked up underneath. So that's a bit out of focus, isn't it, I think. I know this camera is going to turn off in a minute as well. It's got I'm waiting for a battery to so I can run it for a bit longer, and it didn't come today as expected. So let's give him a twist. Right, there's 3 little turns. I'll tell you, actually this is quite easy. It's not as bad as I was thinking it would be. Doing this little spodule thing that I saw on another YouTube video, he showed you how to do this. little thing. That's a great idea, so thank you whoever you were. I can't remember, I do apologise. Right, now then, so there's so what we've done. So we've done the 10, 2, we've done the 3. So there's 1, 2, 3. So we will need another 2. So there's the second. And that's counting on the inside. I did say that, I'm sure, but and whip him round. I know this is thoroughly riveting viewing, but it needs to be done, and it is the worst bit I think out of this kit. It's not a brilliant kit, I'll be honest. It's a bit all over the place, and I don't think it's a real easy kit. It does need a little bit of thinking about. I've had to trim down screws and do all sorts of things to get these to work right. In the end I couldn't get these caps to go on either, and they give you some washers, but if you use the washers on the top then you can't put the cap on, which is a real pain. So what I did was I allowed the screw to go right the way through. Then it meant the knob would actually fall off then, but I put all the washers underneath to clear the actual screws on the back, and the nut they give you, which doesn't fit anything else, so you can't mistake it. But the knob would then fall off, but it left this brass core, and I super glued it onto that so that it just kind of, so the arrows sort of pointed sort of 3:15 and 2:45, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it was all right. It's not too bad. So, and this is going to eventually sit on the back here, and you can just sort of see it is actually working. All right, it's handy, isn't it? We always wanted to know that. My viewfinder is now inactive. Excellent. Right, so let's continue before the camera packs completely up. And so we've done the 2. So we've done 10, 2. We've done the 3. And we've done the 2. So there's 1 and there's 2. Is that right? So there's 10, 2, 3, and then 2. So we're on the second one now, so we need to do that one again. Fold him over. Try and not let the wire, keeps trying to kink up. She's a pain in the neck. Yeah, thanks Kev. I'll tell you what, this watching the chat as well is the worst bit about doing it live. Trying to keep an eye on the chat and everything. I think it's all right, I suppose, if you weren't doing anything at the same time, but it is really difficult. So, and I didn't bring any tea up either, which is a pain. Right, so there's the 2. So we double check everything, because I don't want to get halfway round and realise I've done something wrong. So there's the 10, 2, 3, 2, and then what's that? 10, 2, 3, 2, and then 1, 2, 10, 2, 3, 2, and this one's got to be 3. I've probably done something wrong, but hey ho. As long as it's got the right amount on it, I don't care. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've done the 3 as well. So I need another 3. And this is like fighting with spiders' legs. Don't know if anyone's ever fought with spiders' legs before, but this is what I imagine it'll be like. Now we're starting to get a little bit crowded on this, so I've got to try and squeeze them all up. There you go, squeezed up. So 2, we've done that 3. So we've done that one as well. And this is that one, so 1, 2, this is the third one. So we'll take that round there. Threadle him up there like so. I wound another balun earlier on, that one that my friend Daniel has sent me a design for, and I think I muffed it completely up, and it's not working as expected, but hey ho, I will get there with it. It's a completely different way of doing things than these round sort of things. It uses 2 barrel type toroids. I've never done it that way before, never even seen them. Not in the right, there you go. So what we got, so we've got the 10 there. So we've got 10, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's the third one. And now we want 2. So that one. So we want that one. There it is. That one's a 2. Let's stick him in there like so. What I'm just doing with that is just using a bit of plastic as a guide on each time I fold it up, and then I should. It's nearly over. Not many to go now. There's that bit done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that should be a 2, and it is. The next one should be a 4. There it is. So we got 1, 2, there's 3, coming up to 4. God. Right, we're starting to get really crowded on there. I don't know if you can see on there, and they keep winding over one another. So I'm going to try and squeeze them all round. There you go. So this one's a 4. So 1, 2, 3. We'll give him 4. There you go. And that one there needs a spacer underneath it. Spin that round. And up through there again. Tighten him up. you go. So what we got there now, we have, there's the 4, so I've done that one. The next one's 2, so let's take that one round. Second one, try not to kink the cable. Right, that is 2 there. Oh, hi Steve, hoping to pop in the shop and maybe pick up 705 with a fuse. How you doing, Steve? Yeah, I'm hoping to pop into the shop and pick up the 705. I wouldn't mind, I tell you. But I forgot to ask the boss before I left whether or not I could sort one out today, but never mind. Like I said, I'd like to get this done before I get it, and I'll get it all tested first. But I've also I've got a little balun on the go. So my friend, put up the fire now. It's getting quite warm in here. Let's do that. My friend Daniel, he's got a. He showed me how to do a design of a balun, a couple of baluns. So I'm going to probably do that as well. So that'll be used for the 705 as well, because there's more than one way to skin a cat, as it were. We'll see which one works best. I suspect that the balun will be just as good, but we'll see. Oh, I've got a bit of a crossover. What's going on? That's because it's starting to get a bit of a fight down there. Oh, let me show you that. I've ballsed up. So, no, I haven't really ballsed up. It's just crossed over somehow. Let me show you that. Don't know if you can see that. It's just crossed over. So I don't know how to get that out yet. We'll soon see. What we need is a little screwdriver. I doubt if it matters. Try not to scratch the enamel off. I'll come back to it. It really is starting to get a bit crowded. I tell you what, it's a real devil. Right, okay, so let's wind that one through. I'll tell you what, Steve, the 705 has landed really well. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not been without a few issues, but nothing terrifically awful. We've seen one or two. I think the biggest question that I get asked about it is that it doesn't charge, and it's because people aren't clipping the battery in properly. That is the most common question. The battery's really, really tight. Yeah, and it is. So yeah, that's about the main gripe. I mean, I think we've had a handful come back, just and we've let a lot go, but not too many. And I when I say that, I mean I really mean that there's been minimal. So I'm quite pleased, you know, really. They've only done one firmware release as well, which is quite real, you know, encouraging. So what we got there, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, so I've got up to that one there, so I need to go 2 with that one. I've probably done this completely wrong, but I don't really care because I hate it. Right, there you go. So let's put him on there. So I've done that one. This next one is a 2. That is and where's my little spacer gone? It's there. Right. Hi Northern Rambler, how you doing? Yeah, the instructions are absolutely horrid. I've never come across anything so bad. And I also, the quality of some of the components is a bit sketchy as well. But how did you get on with it, Northern Rambler? Was it any good? Oh, hello Vic. Sorry mate. Yeah, how did you get on with it? Was it good, or did it work well? Right. Flipping heck, I'll tell you what, it gets to a point where it's got so much life in that spring, the material starts to get a little bit on the old work hardened side, and yeah, it is a blimmin' horrible. I probably actually, in hindsight, I probably wouldn't have twisted these round as I went. I would have probably left them, because if you need to go back at all and you twisted them, I think it's a bit of a one shot. So so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So that's a 2. So where are we there? So we nearly done a 2. So we need to do a 2 and a 1, and then we're done. And it rhymes. Fabulous. Right. And I've still got to go and sort my crossed over one out in a minute. God. And I've got to solder, I've got to somehow tin all these ends as well. So what I might do is I'll put a little bit of a file across the flats and stuff. Hopefully that'll be enough to get them out. Get the get the enamel off. This has been an absolute toroid week. So there's the second, so that one is 2. So let's put my spacer in there, make it nice. And there you go. So depending on how far we go into lockdown again, I mean at the moment where I am, it's gone into this, they're calling it tier 2, which basically means don't go out. And question goes, don't mind the MA38 multi-band wideband MA3800. Yeah, do you know what? I don't actually. That number is not ringing any bells for me. I'll be honest. Um, the right. Let me just get that bit done there because that's got a bit pear shaped, that one. I think the whole of the UK, Steve, will go on that tier 2 eventually. I think this is a soft start to some kind of slightly harder clamp down. I think in general, I don't think people are taking it very seriously, and I think that's the bottom line. I think people have had enough of it. They actually have had enough of it all, and I think it's some form of fatigue, I think. So right, it seemed to work pretty well. I thought better quality core would have provided better tuning range. The Midale one, oh gosh, I'll have to have a look, but to be honest with you, I think probably my advice, if you're going to take any kind of thing out like that, 705, I don't think you could probably beat something like fiberglass pole and a 9-to-1 balun or something like that. That would get you up and running, compromise, it'll be working. Or you could put a 49-to-1 balun and half wire, half end fed thing. That would work well. And all you need then is a piece of pole. So luckily she can not. Oh, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to travel into London right at the moment. Mind you, saying that, I don't think London is the worst hit. I think Manchester, the poor sods, they're the ones that are suffering the most at the moment. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's the 2. And then the next one, this is it. So I think this is the last one. So I think I've got 12 nodules. I bet I've done one too many or something like that. Oh well, I'll get extra tuning. Oh no, a second-hand one. Well, I'll tell you what, there will be a few of them because thinking of indoor for wideband sitting on them. But yeah, the other one, if it's just a bit of receive and a bit of QRP, try a rock loop. A friend of mine, bless him, he's Silent Key now. He was ex Royal Signals. He made a rock loop for his wall basically, and what that is it's a ferrite, old air capacitor, and just a bit of wire and some bamboo sticks. And I mean, it looks a bit Heath Robinson, but he used to work the world on that. Well, mind you, he was mainly CW, to be honest, but he never used to work anything more than about 5 watts, and he used to work the world. But as I say, CW. But you could do that with a little bit of digital, but do take it easy with digital, especially FT8. You don't want to be running that thing flat out. I wouldn't have thought on that. So there you go. So there's that one. So how many have we got now? QRP 10 watts. Yeah, on the data modes, I would run that on about 5 watts on an external PSU. Just about half. 25% is best, but no more than half, because FT8 is definitely a bit on the harsh side. It does like to. I've heard lots of stories. Yeah, I think there's so many people have bought those 705s as just their only rig. I think it just ticks so many boxes. It's neat, really portable, absolutely fabulous. It ticks a lot of boxes for me because I can't use anything really huge because I'm right in the middle of town. So if I use something like if I use something like 6 meters, I wipe just about everything out, like you know, hi-fi, all sorts of things, because obviously next door is less than 8 meters away, and that side is less than 4 meters away. Well, from here it's even less than that probably. But I've got a block of flats about 20 feet, sorry, 20 feet, about 20 meters that way, and I've got another block of flats that side, so I'm completely surrounded. So for me, VHF is an absolute nightmare, not good at all. So I need to go out a little bit more. I've been trying to get out and do a little bit more exercise as well, which is always nice, and I thought maybe that'll be another little excuse maybe to go for a bit of a wander and sort of take it portable, but whether that'll happen I don't know, but we'll see. I don't go on the radio much as well, which is another problem. That doesn't help. But I think we're done. I think that's it. I think that one's done there. And what have we got there now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12, and then 1 wrap. Look at that. I'm going to call that one done. I'll cut it off about there. And there is one more to do. One more little tiny one to do. And I've only got 1 balls up in it, which is crossed over, which I've got to try and somehow sort out, but I don't know how. Maybe I can use this. I'll show you what I've done. I've been an absolute cajoler. Right, it is somewhere around here, that one there. I've crossed it over somehow, but I don't know how to get it out. Oh, got it, I think I got it. Yay! That was a reassuring click as 2 pieces of wire ran over each other. Right. So, and there you have it. So, and right, there's one done. I don't know what that's got to do next, but we'll soon find out. What's that? I remember the days back in the 80s, 90s. RFI, yeah. I did actually see a. It was on. I think it was on eBay. Someone had done a multi-tap balun, and that looked really quite interesting. I think it did a 9-to-1, and was it a 49-to-1 and something else? So that one might work really well. But I've somewhere around here I've actually got in my bag of joy. I have got the bits and pieces for this. They came from good old. Oh, and this is quite interesting as well. This is a QRM eliminator, which I got from good old China, and a bag of components. But this is a sort of a joint project between my friend in Denmark, and he's been designing the balun, and I've been attempting to build it. So so far I've ballsed it up, but anyway, that's it. And it's sort of, at the moment, it's sort of in a bit of test. Eventually it's going to live in one of these things here. Oh, the camera's finally turned itself off. I don't know whether it's because of, do you reckon it's done that? Will it come back? Yeah, it will come back on. Let me show you a little bit of a close up here. These are the little plastic boxes. Again, eBay, good old eBay. And the idea is All right, okay. There's another one who makes his own. I see him on YouTube. Yeah, I think CW and digital modes are the way to go, and also I think now you could probably do it with a mobile phone. That would be really neat. Sort of something like a Galaxy Note. That would be really good. So yeah, these are going to be the top bits, the cases, and somewhere here also I've got where did that one go? Did I bring it up? Yes, I did. It is here. Where did that go? I don't know if that's still, is that still working? I just hit something and it's all gone wrong, peak tong. Is it all turned off? I think it's. Has it all gone Pete Tong? No, it hasn't. I hit a little button there and everything disappeared just for a moment. Right, in here I've got some of these like terminal things. Steve, I've never been able to do Morse. It just does my head in. I can't do it. Right. So the plan is these things here. They're like some kind of weird thing. I've never seen them before, so I thought I'd get some. They look pretty neat, and I'm going to try and make that on the top. So we end up with that in the top. So it's a really lightweight ballon, and what I'll do is I'll wind one for 9 to 1 and one for a 49 to 1 or a 65 to 1, whatever, and just see where it sort of where it turns out. The other thing as well, I've got some of these doodahs, but I might change my mind because I've got a sneaky suspicion it isn't going to fit, and it doesn't. You can see just there it's just that bit too wide. So what I might do is go to the drawing board again and use BNCs because they're really small and they'll fit neatly into that. And yeah, and then hopefully the unknown will fit in there. There's enough room in there. I want it to be fairly snug. I don't want it to be overly snug because obviously yeah, I want it to be fairly snug to sort of hold it all together, because I don't want it to fatigue all the wires and then it will break. But I also don't want it to be so tight that there's no sort of airflow getting around it, because you know it will get potentially it could get a bit warm. But we'll see. These are quite neat. These were really cheap off of eBay, mega cheap in fact. But yeah, right, well anyway, that is that so far. I'm gonna stick a fork in this because I need a cup of tea, but I thought I'd just share the experience as I did that, and it's turned out all right. I think it's probably got one or two wines slightly different than they should be in there, but I'm gonna say that that's good enough. Oh, okay. Yeah, Victor, I think you're right. I think probably BNCs is going to be the way to go. And yeah, Steve, I couldn't even pass. But 15 words per minute is pretty good. Thanks, Steve. It looks all right. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it looks all right, and hopefully it will match up with the little tangs on the back of that. And it kind of looks as if it will work, and we'll see. I've just got to try and now work out what this switch actually does. so that I can connect it up right. But I tell you what, I can't remember who it was that was saying about these kits. Kev, I think it was Kev. I don't know. I can't remember. Back in the comments, these instructions are absolutely atrocious. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a bit of a tidy up, because it's now starting to look like a bomb's hit it in here. And so yeah, but I think I've done it. I think it's close enough. That's the worst bit done. I think tomorrow what I'll do is I'll try and do it as a live again. I'll put this little board together, because this is my favourite bit out of this whole thing. These little SWR bridges are just so nice, and it was Bill G4KKI that introduced me to these things. They are so simple yet so effective, and you know, I think they are very, very useful. So really good. But yeah, anyway, look, I'm going to stick a fork in it, and I'm going to say thanks for watching. I'm going to go and get a cup of tea. I'm absolutely gasping, and I'll solder into the switch. It's fiddly. Thanks Victor. Slowly and steady. Yeah, you got that. But yeah, oh sorry Victor, it was you that did the kit earlier. You'll have to excuse, my brain is worn out after today. But yeah, I'm going to have to make sure that I get it on the right poles, because obviously it needs to do something. But I'll study the diagram and try and get it done. Yeah, see you Monday. Yeah, all right, okay. Please do make yourself known, and if I look slightly stressed, it's Monday, and it's normally incredibly busy, and everyone has bought all their nice stuff. All right, an hour's drive, blooming heck. But no, quite often people have bought all their stuff for the weekend, and then they found they can't do something with it. So Mondays is always pretty stressful for me. Luckily I'm not on my own, so it's good, but the phones will be ringing off the hook. So feel free to throw something at me, or bring me, coffee or something. That was always good. I'll do anything for a cappuccino. Right, anyway, and on that note, I think I'm gonna hit the end buttons. But thanks for watching. This has been a toroid. Thank you very much. See you guys. Right, now if I can make this end. Right, see ya.